offer right for the hero type of role. I admit, with my heart shivering in fear, I can see today's reflected in each past year. Even so, it has been calling the heavens to me, but I cannot hide all the emptiness inside my fleeting heart. Once a night dreams I rose and soared. No matter how I'm knocked around or beat and down, I will stand up restored. All of my love has yet to wake. I know your strength is what I lack. You've got my back and know that I've got yours. I have you to thank for lighting up the dark. Because you're here with me, our dreams will soar free forever. I wanna always be with you. I'll give you everything I have. I could never find light to guide me through the night, and with one touch I recall every memory, all too precious to not hold them all close to me. It's tempting to close your eyes and turn from the world, but it's bittersweet, like you've somehow missed a beat. With no restart, when every wish has overlapped, you'll realize if you carry on with each new dawn, your hesitation fades. All of your scars will disappear. I will become your sword and shield. This crossing fields the path that we select. The promise we made will last for all our days. If it's our bonds we'll live by, I will put my faith in you. I only need one miracle. Can you not hear me call at all? Until the day I'll keep screaming your name. Once in my dreams I rose and soared. No matter how I'm knocked around or beat and down, I will stand up restored. All of my love has yet to wake. I know your strength is what I lack. You've got my back and know that I've got yours. I have you to thank for lighting up the dark. Because you're here with me, our dreams will soar free forever. I wanna always be with you. I wanna hold you tight right now. I swear that I'll be who you choose. I'll give you everything I
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Sword Art Podcast, Season 4. Today we have a slightly special episode, the fact that we have one of our own regular players on the podcast today alongside
Steph, what are you doing on here?
alongside your host, myself, and co-host Ruby. Welcome to the show,
I'm
Mac.
I'm still here.
Heyo,
So
it's your boy.
there you go. So how's it like being the first public registrant to be on the podcast?
It's pretty weird. I've never been on a podcast before.
Can't say that anymore, can ya?
It's no different than being on literally anything else.
So we got a lot of things we want to discuss with you today, and get your thoughts and opinions from a player standpoint. So,
Boy.
without further ado, prepare to get your brain rattled. And if you have any thoughts that you've heard from other players, feel free to chime in with those comments as well.
Except no.
Okay.
So, the first thing up, Beat, what kind of, or Ruby rather, I guess I should start calling you because everyone else knows you as that. What kind of,
I'm not shield flash, I'm sorry.
So looking through the staff forum, what are the upcoming quests with the newly unlocked 423?
Let me go look. I am not too aware. I'll look it up real quick. It won't take me that long. 423 quests. I don't know if they're out yet.
I think there was a few released.
Perhaps, but there is one that's being created. I'm not too sure if that one's out yet. Let me double check my facts before I speak. There's Escaping the Underdark, which I know that was made by. Okay, there was 3 that was released recently. Escaping the Underdark, Search and Rescue, and I can't pronounce that, but I'll give it my best. Uziki the Mighty.
Close enough.
Basically, that's just a. Basically, that one is just a boss fight against a giant.
Nice. And what of the other two?
Escaping the Underdark is basically what you think it is.
Nice.
You basically have to RP traveling to escape the Underdark, basically, and you do have to fight like Dark Elf hunters on the way out. And then. Okay, that one's part 2. Sorry. Escaping the Underdark is a part 2. So part 1 is Search and Rescue that you have to do. So basically, you have to search something, and then next is an escape sequence. So.
Okay. So, Macradon, hearing that and seeing that they were I have been told that they were released. So, what are your thoughts on the newly unlocked quests?
I haven't delved too deep into it, but just hearing these summaries, I think it's a really cool subject.
Oh yeah, and I also forgot Nature's Treasure, and Nature's Treasure was also edited because it was a huge problem like after one thread. So we'll see how it is now in its current state. But
Now, is there anything that you are eager to see as you explore these quests? Because I'm sure you're gonna undertake them, Mac.
Sure. I mean, like the Underdark, for those who don't know, is like the undergrounds in those most fantasy settings. So
probably
I think meeting a lot of those mob people, like gangsters and the like fantasy-ish gangsters, like dark elves and those kind of stuff.
Nice. Now, is there anything that you haven't seen so far that you hope is included, or maybe it can be included sometime in the future in different quests?
It hasn't been anything I've been thinking about a lot, so I don't really have anything to say that I anticipate to see in the future.
Okay. Now, going throughout the previous quests that you've undertaken over your time here on SAO-RPG, how have you felt that the quests were? I don't know. Do you think they were? Do you feel like they were done well as they came out, or do you think some of them were released way too early, or what's your take on all the quests so far?
Oh, I've been here for 4 years now, so I've seen the quest slowly change over time. I like the changes a lot. since they had to be updated to fit the system. Uh, I just felt when I started out level 1 and all that, it just felt like way too repetitive because it's just a boss fight and another boss fight and another boss fight, and there wasn't much variation other than the amount of SP you gain and the quest reward. So it felt really boring, but like updating something like Absolute Zero was amazing because like it's not just a boss fight. It's it got special stuff and stuff like that.
Believe it or not, when I was making Absolute Zero, there has been staff that actually kind of resented the idea.
Really?
Yeah, there was actually like one or two people that actually did not like the idea. But we followed through, and then like a lot of people liked it, and then I basically rubbed it in their face, like, who made a great quest now?
I mean, like I remember when I did Blood in the Sands against the Sand Shark, and it was just so boring. Like I hit it like twice and it's dead. What now?
Like back then when it was first created, it was created in a time frame where like your post count determined what level you were and stuff like that. And realistically, there was like no general direction to where the site was going when it first started, and there wasn't that much story that was going around. And plus, like this is a time where like one line could count as a post, so
Yeah.
Those were rough days.
Yeah. Those were like really rough days.
Where Shark couldn't hit it for its life.
Oh man, floor 6 was a curse. After that, just Shark has been missing ever since.
Yeah, it wasn't until like the perma roller was introduced when like more story was really introduced, like more staff and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay.
So, Mac, is there anything that you wish would have been implemented, or think that would help the quest system do better at all?
I mean, like the current quest system, I think is superb. Like, it's not just a single boss fight. It's not just go in, kill, go out. I like that these specific boss fights have something like an AOE freezing attack or something like that, or snake out of water, courtesy to Hikaru. You have to fight the snake that hides in the trees. I like that a lot. So stuff like that, just make more of it. I really like it.
Nice. Now, what do you feel on the same thing for almost the same? I'm gonna ask you almost the same thing for events. Do you think that because there's talk, I think we're trying to get the monthly boss back, but I don't know where we're at in that. But how do you feel the events have been handled throughout the time?
I mean, like the last few events that were social events, I think went pretty well. Like, it's community driven, and the community has fun. I like it that way. But seeing these monthly boss battles come back against depends on how you're going to balance it, because if it happens like Asterios again, it's not going to go that well.
Yeah, I think there's talk about doing the same, like kind of like the same system to where it's based off of the floor level, and there might be different. I think there's going to be different tiers for, as there was before. There was the advanced and then the beginner version. So we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah,
I have been working on some sort of like quest line in my own time, just tinkering with it. So
Nice.
I know a lot of people really like Dragon Hunter Anthology, even though that one's kind of more of a you go in, kill a boss, and get out. But like, there's some things to it.
There's options. So since we recently just beat the 22nd boss.
Yep.
yeah.
So
We beat the unicorn in the submission.
there
We've
you
seen
go.
enough movies to know. We weren't impaled through a 9. We've seen enough movies to know where it's going.
So Mac, do you want to give us a quick recap of and share any highlights of the boss raid?
Oh, I haven't really seen too much into the boss fight because so much happening. Like 111 posts, you can't say that I should read them all, but like what I've caught up by skimming lots of the posts is that people like to make horse puns. Uh,
Holy smack.
I mean, like, and I do that the same, so not really much.
Can we get a horse pun right now?
I mean, like, I can't just throw one out like that. I mean, at
You
least
can't
people
drop,
didn't.
you can't drop sick beats like that?
No, I can't. I mean, like, at least people weren't horsing around in the raid.
Oh.
That's more Alright, that one's pretty good.
Yeah, Beat, do you have those stats for
I do
that
have
raid?
the stats for it, but like I would also like to mention, like before this one we had Tesla for Tyrant, which took way too long, and we were like a lot of us were slacking off and stuff like that, and that lasted roughly around 200 posts.
Huh.
And then before that, we just had pretty easy bosses. I'm sorry, Hikaru, which I know you designed these, but Mothra and Thanos were easy.
And I have to agree.
Huh.
Those were just like way too easy. Teslas was like way too long. It was way too stally. Bylus, I believe, was a lot more balanced, but however, it still had like mechanics that were annoying. And before that, we also had Leonidas, which that was at the time where enemies could spawn by the hundreds.
Yeah.
Instead of just like a group, it's like hundreds, like an army, which is kind of ridiculous. So.
And you had like these pendants that made you be able to increase the amount, not only the amount of damage, but the amount of AoE hits you can make. Yeah, you tripled the amount of targets you can hit with that pendant. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now, Mac, is there anything, well, almost the same thing for quests and events, going through the boss raids, have you noticed any sort of change or improvement in how they were handled?
Not really much, to be honest. Like, I can see a lot more innovative, what you call it, a lot more abilities going into play, a lot of more stuff going around, happening on the boss turn. I like that a lot, since a lot of people hit the boss before it gets to hit back again. I mean, like, it was even worse before these parties were made, like the new raid system.
Yeah, the old raid system, I believe, like everyone attacked, and then the boss attacked, which was kind of ugh.
Yeah, and you only needed one tank.
Yeah, you only needed one tank, and in this case, it was Calyrex. So.
Yeah.
But with the new systems and stuff like that, it really makes the boss fight a little more aggressive. It makes it more fun, at least, because like having like 12, 16 attacks before the boss could attack seemed ridiculous.
Yeah.
So now, is there anything that you could see could be improved in how we handle bosses?
Not really, because I haven't really had much insight upon it, so I can't really say much.
Okay, fair enough. You think that so far staff is doing a good job with how it's being done?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Nice. Now, with the newly unlocked 423, have you had a chance to venture around at all?
Not yet. I've had too much trouble in real life.
So, based out of anything that you've read about the release of the floor, is there anything you're looking forward to seeing in 423?
Basically, just exploring that kind of stuff.
Nice. Is there any kind of specific adventure or something you want to discover at all?
Not really at the moment. I have to get a bit into it a bit more than I have right now to find out what's gonna be fun to explore.
Nice.
Alright, so I do have the stats.
Alright.
A lot of people already know that who got the most damage, who had the most healed, who had the most damage taken, but I don't think we specified really how much. So the final count for damage done, I thought it was going to be Beat to get the drop there. Wasn't. It was Macradon.
Hey.
He beat bursted for the first 2 rounds, and then like he quickly fell. I wouldn't say that like he quickly fell on purpose or like intentionally. He just missed. That was roughly it. So Macradon had 1,280 damage.
Wow.
Following up behind him actually is Jome with 1,220, and then Beat with 1,185.
I mean, like, those are pretty solid numbers.
Those are pretty solid numbers, and we also have Hikaru, which he likes to push himself down about his damage, but he did 1,086, which is better than the majority of the people that attacked.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go through everyone's numbers, but those are top 4. For damage taken, this is kind of ridiculous, because, well, no surprise at all, it was Calrex that had taken the most damage. He's taken 1,575. That's before mitigation. In second place, by golly, Ruby couldn't catch a break. It was me with 1,250. By the way, I have no mitigation. I had just been continuously taking effects after effects after effects. I'm like, please, God, help me. Followed up behind that, believe it or not, is Hidden with 1,125. And in fourth place, I want to say that is Shield with 900.
Nice. Sounds like an interesting boss raid this go through.
Yeah. And then Hell to Sword, absolutely no surprise. Xandra with 1,540, Hestia with 1,098, and then me with 964.
Nice job, guys.
Thanks.
So, how long did it take from start to finish for the boss raid to be finished?
March 23rd to April 27th.
That's on the shorter side. Surprised.
I mean, like, it's
roughly a month.
Yeah, roughly a month. And with the new updated time, the time frame you have to post in, it speeds up a little.
38 hours. We decreased it from 72 to 48 because we felt like that was way too long.
Yeah.
And I agree on that change. It's a good change.
That's good. Well, glad you guys enjoy it. So that's the good thing about that. Let's see here. Now, Beat, do you want to give any highlights or upcoming fun, I don't know, something to do for Floor 23?
Well, we do have the quests, and the boss is surely looking interesting. I really can't say much about that. I'm sorry, but realistically, my answer is I don't know. I can't really say what's upcoming that's really special. I don't know if any events are coming up, but I do know the quests that are out are pretty fun, and the floor boss should be very interesting.
Nice. And then, is there anything else that you might be looking forward to, Mac?
Not really.
Alright. We did have a recent donation to the site, so that's been pretty awesome. Thank you. Well, I mean, it's not spelled how it sounds, but close enough. Kyoto. So thank you very much for your donation, and we hope you continue your support for the site. It means a lot.
Also, thank you to XX Solstice before you guys' name changed. I think, maybe.
I don't.
Making an assumption. Sorry, it's 2018. I shouldn't assume these things.
Anyways, so being that we teased a bit of the 7 wonders of Aincrad in the last episode, Mac, what are your thoughts on on what that could be?
I think they're pretty great. Like, having something like the 7 wonders could be a big plot point for somebody, for a big social threat, social threats.
Or just starting up a general plot line for your own character.
Yeah. I mean, like one of the big places for Macradon is on the 7th floor in the mountain range, because it's so different from all the others. It's just a lot of mountains, and that's his place. That's like the place for him. So having something like the Seven Wonders could easily become some big thing between the players.
Nice. So are you excited with how it might turn out?
Yeah, really excited actually.
Nice. Pete, have you seen any updates on the work that's being done on it?
Nope.
Cool. So tune into the next episode, and we'll talk more about the update. So we still are in need of staff for the floor development team, and we are still looking for people to join the plot development team. So if you're interested, contact Joe May and submit an application to staff to myself.
Oh yeah, we're still doing the plot team. So I forgot about that. Actually, after that one time when we spoke about it like 2 weeks ago, I just completely forgot about it until now.
So Mac, I'm pretty sure you heard about the idea for us to develop a more so of a storyline. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's a pretty great idea, because sometimes you can just be stuck and don't really know where to go. So having like an overarching plot could really help somebody move into more RPing, other than just hunting other bosses for the SP.
Nice. So you excited to see what becomes of that?
Yeah.
Sweet. So a little bit of an update on the Minecraft server is the starting town is still getting its buildings placed, so that's still about 60%. The overall floor border, I managed to complete that, and that is fully done. So the size is absolutely ginormous, and I'm pretty sure there's some people lurking around that can justify and verify how big that floor is actually going to be. And we started working on the second town, so it's interesting to see what becomes of that.
Yeah, it was just basically with Minecraft. It was just me, Dom, Hick, Spencer, and Zarius got on when you first did the survival, and then we basically did everything, and then we stopped playing. But it's looking interesting though. Hopefully it actually works out very well.
Yeah, I haven't really been in the server a lot. I've mostly been tinkering with myself, like just going into solo maps and see how it looks.
Nice. Probably sometime in the next couple weeks, I might I might turn off the or enable entry rather for a little bit, and you guys can see what progress is being done.
Nice.
So I know Xandra's been pretty much the hardworking game master this time of development, as he was working with Volksel and really getting some powerful work done. So thanks to Xandra for the hard work. Actually, Shield comments, all in favor of calling the server Minecrad. That actually might happen.
That's a pretty good one.
That's pretty good. Props. If anyone has any questions or topics they want to discuss, feel free to drop it in the chat below, and we will get around to it. If you want to come on the podcast live, feel free to hop in the call-in channel, the Discord, and we can get you on. So while we wait for those fine folks, anything else you guys want to talk about? Whether it's possible upcoming developments, or I don't know, anything you guys have an interest in that you would want to come to the site?
I'm a big fan of like quests that have like a bigger story arc than just a quest. Like Arabian Nights, I like that a lot, because it has like, it's a quest line, and your choices in the quest line really affects the other quests in the line. I like that a lot.
Nice.
I like the decision making and stuff like that.
What about you, Beat?
So what? Can you repeat the question?
Anything that you would like to see come into the site at all, as a player standpoint?
I mean, I haven't played in a while, but like, as a general whole, more story, I suppose. Realistically, this is a role-playing site, so back then when we had like quests that were so plain and simple, like Macradon said, it's kind of a little depressing. But more than likely, I would just like a more overall story.
Okay.
Even
so
when it comes to quests, just more than that. Possibly even refurbishing old ones to have a little bit more story, even though the concept's pretty simple of it.
Okay, so if we get that plot team running, that should pretty much cover all the concerns and issues or thoughts that you guys
Basically.
have. Nice. Well, no one seems to be perking up in the chat with stuff to talk about, so I guess I don't have any questions. No one's in the call-in, so that's pretty unfortunate. We can't get anyone in to have some fun. So, what have you guys been up to character-wise in the past couple weeks?
Who's first?
Either one of you guys, whoever wants to answer.
Ruby, just being Ruby.
Any fun adventures?
She is a homosexual healer, so you can already assume how well that's going to end up. She's been zapped almost to death in the boss battle, but she's just doing the same thing.
Nice. What about you, Mac?
Well, I've been doing a quest with Morgenstern,
Nice.
and we realized we can't clear it, so we're probably gonna run away soon.
What quest is it?
The Time Forgotten King.
Oh yeah, that one, yeah.
It's
That
not
one's
like
actually
it's dangerous. It's just because like it's a stalled war, and he's gonna win because he has more HP than we do.
Huh. Sounds like fun.
No.
Well, it's fun from a developer standpoint, not from a player standpoint.
Yeah, I can see that. It's just like 150 mitigation. That's a lot. That's a lot for a boss, but I get it. It fits thematically.
So there was I know Shield came in late and he asked about the progress for the next floor. Floor 23 has been released. Floor 24 is still under development, Pete, or is that ready to go?
We talked about floor 23. Well, floor 23 should be out, but the boss is in development.
Floor 23 is okay. So floor 20. Well, yeah, we know floor 23 is out. The boss is still in development.
Yeah, the boss is in development right now. But also, it still got zapped 140 times. Yeah, well, I almost died. How about that?
Fun times. So, Shield, since you got in late, I'll give you a little bit to think about a topic that you would want discussed or a question you want answered. Since everyone else is, not speaking up or giving their thoughts and opinions. Let's see here. Anything else you guys would like to discuss at all? Any recent topics you guys have looked into?
Yeah, I really like those new symbols on the forum.
Oh yeah, Aaron has been working on new symbols, like new icons.
The new
Yeah,
icons.
nice.
I believe they're a little too big, but they're actually pretty good for what they are.
The only problems I have is probably the tutorial and the front lines. They're too light compared to the others. Like
Nice.
in here.
Anything with those that caught your eye, or do you have like anything that you would think would fit better changed, or what are your thoughts on those?
I think they're fine as is. I mean, like, I threw a lot of those icons in as well, like ideas, so there isn't really much I can say about it. It looks great. It fits what it's supposed to symbolize, so I think it's neat.
There's no shark icon. What's going on?
That's for later.
There's no shark icon yet.
Exactly. Yeah, Reynolds says the icons are nice. Yeah, so Aaron's been working hard and getting those icons done, so thank you, Aaron. I know Aaron and I discussed some possibly taking out the some of the real life offline section, as a lot of it's just dominated in the Discord channel, so it's not really
Yeah,
useful
we
having
don't.
this section. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
if there's anything that you guys would want saved, or think that there's an important topic to keep, let me know and I'll make sure that doesn't get lost.
Real life picture thread. That's a fun one.
Everyone played the world's smallest violin for our fallen segments, even because we have a Discord, and back then we had a Skype. The good Skype days when when we needed a section like that because we couldn't do it on Skype, but now we have a Discord so we can do that.
Yee.
Question coming up from the Discord. What made you decide take back several drops from boss raids?
To be honest, I don't know. I actually kind of resented it.
Same.
Mac, what are your thoughts on how on when we did have the multiple drops?
I mean, like, they're back again, and they're haunting me like last time. That freaking absolute accuracy is back at it again. I really hate it.
Rough time.
Personally, I don't like multiple drops. That's just me because I think it's just very unfair because we already know who the most healed and most damage taken was going to go to. To be honest, we already know who that was going to go to. If we go back, if we look at it, we already knew where it was going to go. Damage. I mean, I guess that one's pretty alright to argue about because that one was actually pretty back and forth because Macradon and Jome almost got it. But like to be honest, we already knew where most damage taken and most healed was going to go to, and there's nothing we can do about that. And I can't out heal Xandra, and we can't take more damage than Calrex.
Yeah.
And like Shield says right now, it seems to be a counter towards keeping uniques unique. And when we're making like 5 unique or 4 uniques every time, it doesn't feel unique anymore.
Yeah. That's my opinion as well.
I just resent the idea, and I just will always resent the idea.
Yeah, it's understandable. It also seems a little too counter to staff's mission statement of trying to keep uniques unique.
Yeah, that's why I said.
Yeah.
That's what I was repeating.
Yeah, I gotcha.
To be honest, like I just don't like it at all. I don't like the idea of it, and even then, I already knew where 2 of them was even gonna go, and
yeah, I mean it's a different way to handle things. Some people like it, some people don't. I mean it just depends on how it's implemented, really.
I mean, like, I'm not one to talk, but I don't really like it. And that's not just because I always get, like, those unique weapons and stuff like that. I just don't really like the idea of a boss giving out so much stuff for so many players. Like, it doesn't feel like SAO anymore.
Yeah, that's been a concern that was brought up a bit ago.
But, like, I can see, like, it's somewhat countering the last hit fishing that can be done last few posts, but I don't see it helping that much.
Yeah, I don't know, we'll see what becomes of it a little bit later. I'm pretty sure staff will take it to the drawing board and use it as feedback to see what could have gone right, what went wrong, you know, all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.